Josh Brolin. The only person I will not ride on because he's legitimately good in this movie, even though his character is a bit questionable. So I'm gonna keep him far away from my verbal abuse as possible. Everything else sucks! The acting sucks, the characters suck, and the fucking story is balls. Josh Brolin is the title character of this movie who wants to avenge the death of his family. Though from the beginning of this movie there are a few things wrong with it. First of all, we never saw his family, so why should we care if they die or not? I mean, if there were scenes of them in the beginning of the movie, that would be understandable. But there is none, so we shouldn't care. Second, the guy who kills his family dies before Jonah can get his revenge. But the villain just so happened to fake his death. Why? The guy presumably killed Mr. Hex, who doesn't know he survived, so why would he fake his own death? You could say that he faked his own death because he's a wanted man, but I think it's probably because he wants to avoid Jonah. It doesn't make sense if the guy you're avoiding is dead. Third, some of the people in this movie are glanced over. The natives who bring Jonah back to life twice are glanced over and have no personality. Will Arnett is actually decent in this movie, he only has 3 scenes. And Megan Fox? Oh, we'll get to her later. So the movie's about a guy who is brought back from the dead by natives, I think, in order to get the guy who killed his family, but he is presumably dead. And guess what? He can bring people back from the dead just by touching them. Sorry. And Megan Fox is a prostitute, who may or may not be Jonah's love interest. Megan Fox playing a prostitute. Talk about perfect casting choices. Too bad she fucking sucks! She's so goddamn bad! She's like Olivia Wilde, if you replace talent with sluttiness. Yes, perfect casting, horrible acting. Like Keanu Reeves in the remake of The Day the Earth Stood Still. So what's the villain up to? He uses these Dragon Balls to destroy cities and... why the fuck should I care? Yes! Dragon Balls! They shoot cannons and then they use Dragon Balls to destroy everything. What fucking idiots wrote this shit? Let me get this whole shit straight. A man who comes back from the dead is avenging the death of his family who we don't know or see, so we shouldn't care about, and can bring back the dead just by holding on to them, who wants to exact revenge of a man who possibly faked his own death because he wants to avoid Jonah, and is destroying cities by using Dragon Balls? I apologize. The story's fucking stupid. The acting? Oh, Jesus Christ. It is boring. Megan Fox especially. Everyone is either looking like they're sleeping through it, or they're not developed enough to care. Now, Josh Brolin is the only good actor in this movie. Even though his character could use some work, he still manages to make it a more 3-dimensional. Movie, if you want to do a decent revenge western, don't put all this shit in that doesn't make any sense. Be less like this, and more like this.